Is the world witnessing one of the biggest power shifts in the history of global K-pop without fully realizing it? And if that is true, why did just one Billboard statistics infographic about Jungkook suddenly ignite heated debates across the internet, shake fandoms across generations, and make many fans begin questioning something that for years had been considered almost impossible to touch? Has Jungkook truly surpassed the legendary K-pop icons who were once seen as untouchable? That question may sound exaggerated to some people, but the internet no longer seems to view it as mere fan hyperbole. Over the past few days, social media has been flooded with emotional discussions, statistical analysis, and intense debates following the circulation of the latest data regarding the longest cumulative weeks by K-pop soloists on Billboard's main charts. What shocked many people was not simply the fact that Jungkook's name once again appeared at the top, but the numerical gap itself, which has started to look far too large to ignore. Data shared by the account at PopJinch revealed something that immediately made many people stop scrolling and reread the statistics with expressions of disbelief. Jungkook was recorded with 68 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 as a K-pop soloist, a figure that not only placed him in first position, but also made the distance between him and many other major names appear increasingly striking. Behind him were PSY and Rose with 49 weeks, followed by Jimin with 43 weeks, and Jennie with 35 weeks. For some netizens, those numbers are no longer merely music statistics, but a signal that the power landscape of global K-pop soloists may be changing dramatically. What makes this situation even more dramatic is how the public discussion has started shifting from simply "Jungkook is successful" to "How massive is Jungkook's influence compared to previous K-pop legends?" And that question has triggered far more emotional reactions than many people expected. Some fans believe the comparison is still too premature, while others feel the public has deliberately delayed acknowledging Jungkook's dominance because the impact is simply too massive on the old narratives of the K-pop industry. Many comments across social media have started questioning whether a new era of global K-pop is now being led by a completely different figure from previous generations. Legendary names like PSY were for years considered symbols of K-pop's penetration into the Western market, especially after the phenomenon of Gangnam Style shook the international music world in the early 2010s. But now, Billboard statistics appear to be showing something different. If PSY once created a massive viral explosion, Jungkook is demonstrating something that many observers consider far more dangerous in the modern music industry: consistency. And in today's global streaming era, consistency is often considered much harder to achieve than temporary virality. This phenomenon becomes even more fascinating when looking at how Jungkook's solo songs such as 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You not only debuted with massive numbers, but also managed to survive for long periods on international charts. In an industry that moves extremely fast and is flooded with hundreds of new releases every week, staying on Billboard for dozens of weeks is no longer merely about algorithm luck or temporary fandom power. Many music analysts view that longevity as a strong indicator that Jungkook possesses a much broader global public consumption base than previously estimated. This is exactly what has started triggering one of the most sensitive debates within K-pop fandoms. Is Jungkook's current dominance purely the result of the enormous power of the BTS fandom, or has the global public genuinely accepted Jungkook as an independent solo superstar with a uniquely cross-market appeal? That question becomes extremely important because K-pop history has shown that not every idol from a major group is able to maintain global impact when standing alone. Many idols succeed as part of a group, but experience significant declines when beginning solo careers. Jungkook, however, appears to be moving in the exact opposite direction. Since his official solo debut, his name has continuously appeared in global conversations not only within K-pop communities, but also across international music media that previously rarely gave major attention to Asian soloists. Some observers have even started noticing how Jungkook's branding has evolved in a way that differs significantly from the classic K-pop idol formula. He is no longer marketed merely as a South Korean singer, but as a global pop figure with positioning capable of entering multiple markets simultaneously. His songs adopt an international approach, cross-cultural collaborations are expanded, and his artistic image is moving towards something more universal, without losing the K-pop identity that became the root of his popularity. And this is where the debate starts becoming far more emotional. Some fans believe Jungkook's current achievements are already enough to place him alongside the greatest K-pop icons of all time. Others, however, argue that comparing Jungkook to legendary figures like PSY is still excessive because the cultural impact of Gangnam Style is considered something that has never truly been repeated in the history of the South Korean entertainment industry. But Jungkook's supporters have a different argument. They believe the definition of global success today has completely changed compared to a decade ago. If PSY's era was dominated by YouTube virality, then Jungkook's era is viewed as far more complex because he must compete inside an extremely competitive modern streaming ecosystem. Spotify, Billboard, TikTok, Apple Music, YouTube, and global social media now move together in shaping an artist's popularity. In such a system, maintaining stable performance for hundreds of weeks is considered far more difficult than creating one massive viral explosion. The Billboard Global 200 data strengthens that narrative even further. Jungkook leads with 277 weeks, followed by Jisoo with 263 weeks. Meanwhile, on Billboard Global 200 excluding US, Jungkook once again stands in first place with 330 weeks, surpassing Jennie's 294 weeks. These numbers are making many fans realize that Jungkook's dominance is not happening on just one specific chart, but is spread across multiple major Billboard categories simultaneously. What is perhaps most interesting is how public reactions appear increasingly emotional every time a new Jungkook statistic emerges. Many BTS fans, especially ARMY, have started showing defensive attitudes whenever they see people attempting to downplay those achievements. Some viral comments even insist that Jungkook's accomplishments should not be claimed or redirected into narratives that do not align with the original data. This situation shows that discussions surrounding Billboard statistics are no longer merely conversations about numbers, but have evolved into battles over narratives and cultural influence. This phenomenon actually reveals something much larger about the condition of today's global music industry. In the modern digital world, numbers are not merely statistics. Numbers have become symbols of legitimacy. Billboard is no longer just a regular music chart, but has transformed into a global validation tool that determines who is considered relevant, influential, and internationally sustainable. That is why when Jungkook continues dominating multiple Billboard categories as a K-pop soloist, the impact feels far bigger than BTS fandom culture itself. Many observers view those achievements as proof that Asian artists are no longer simply being accepted in Western markets, but are beginning to dominate them consistently. And perhaps this is the most shocking part of all. For years, much of the criticism toward K-pop in international markets centered around accusations that the genre relied too heavily on militant fandoms and did not truly reflect general public consumption. But Jungkook's performance on global charts is beginning to challenge that argument once again. His songs continue surviving for long periods, even after the main promotional phases end. That suggests a level of organic consumption far larger than temporary mass streaming alone. Some analysts have even started comparing Jungkook's music consumption patterns to those of mainstream Western pop stars, something that rarely happened with K-pop idols in the past. His more universal musical approach is considered to make his songs easier for international audiences to embrace, without requiring deep understanding of Korean cultural context. That was particularly visible with Seven, which successfully penetrated multiple major global markets with extraordinary stability. But regardless of the controversy, one thing appears increasingly difficult to deny. Jungkook is now at the center of global K-pop conversation gravity. Even people who do not actively follow BTS have started realizing that Jungkook's name continues appearing in international statistical discussions. In a modern entertainment industry that forgets old trends extremely quickly, the ability to maintain relevance is something incredibly rare. And that is precisely where many people are beginning to understand why Jungkook's achievements feel different. He is not merely viral. He endures. And in a digital music era filled with endless distractions, endurance may be far more terrifying than simply exploding for a moment.